All right, Candace came to me this week and she had a success story regarding reconsideration of value. Anybody ever have a low appraisal? How'd it feel? That was a bummer, right? And so, Candace, you want to share real quick what happened with you?
When it came in low, I asked this is below what it needs to be, and it was at Downdale. No, it wasn't Downdale. It was the appraisal from Aerobear, but it evidently doesn't have access to RIM. So, long story short, I resubmitted for reconsideration, and then they came in halfway. It wasn't at the what it needs to be done, but it was better than what it was. So the lesson, my lessons personally was that regardless of what the appraisal tell you, that how experienced they are, just give them the steps from the get-go.
So Candace was able to get the appraiser to reconsider, raise the value. We provided some additional comps, and she was able to bridge the gap between the buyer and seller. They made up the difference between the two of them and made the deal happen. So just as a quick reminder, that process, first of all, it's called reconsideration of value. You want to evaluate and critique comparables, take a look at them. Usually, in most cases, the comparables they use, a lot of times they're just comparables from the CRMLS, not really RIM. So they're missing some of the data. And they may have just used really crappy comparables, right? And they were lazy about their job. So you want to evaluate, critique those comparables. Next thing you want to look at is the plus and minus numbers, the adjustments in that appraisal, right? You want to look and see if they have minus $50,000 for condition and the property is in pretty good condition, then maybe they messed up. Okay, maybe it was, these guys do these appraisals and it's a form, right? You know that? It's a form that they fill out. And what happens, have you ever had a situation where you completed a DocuSign form and you put somebody else's information because it was in just before you did it? Okay, that happens. That kind of stuff happens. All right, so that's why it's important for you to evaluate and critique those adjustments. Provide more appropriate comparables. If there are a couple comps that are better comps, you want to provide that to them. You also want to be pretty humble about it, right? Because what do we know about appraisers? They are very ego-driven. They don't want to change their work. They feel that they are God. They understand the values, and they understand the values much more than we do. And so you want to be kind of humble about your presentation as well. Share other relevant market information. For example, if it's a first-tier property that has direct access to the lake, you might want to point that out to the appraiser, that location is substantially better than something on wherever, some other place. And then the final point is request consideration value. So those are the steps that you would go through in that process. Normally, we don't have a huge amount of success with it. I was really excited for Candace. I was preparing her for the fact that, that chances are you won't get it changed, but she was able to successfully, probably because of her demeanor and how polite she was about it, get the appraiser to reconsider and then utilize those other. You're welcome.
Is this in our meeting notes?
This will be with the meeting notes.